You can cast your early vote for the 2024 election in Kentucky. Here in Louisville, there are 10 locations to do that, including the Otterburn, the Jeffersonian, Kentucky Center for African American Heritage, and the Linden Elks Lodge. There's also the Sun Valley Community Center, Mary Queen of Peace Gym, the Triple Crown Pavilion, and the Kentucky Expo Center. Plus, you can place your secure absentee ballots in boxes at Paris Town Hall and the Historic Administration Building over at Bowman Field. Early voting goes from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. through Saturday. Well, one of the first voters in line this morning in Frankfort was Governor Andy Beshear, casting his vote for what he hopes will be another victory for the governor's seat.
By now, the voters know me. They know that Brittany and I and our family show up every day to work as hard as we can for the people of the Commonwealth, and that we're going to keep doing that all the way through the very last day of this second term.
And again, we have just also been told that his Republican challenger, that's Daniel Cameron, Attorney General, has said that he will be voting the morning of Election Day, and we will be there when he does.
Well, I think y'all are all holding the right signs. And I want to encourage everybody to get out there and vote. You know what to do, man. Thank you so much.
Beshear celebrating his vote today alongside Louisville's Jack Harlow. They arrived on U of L's campus over at the Red Barn to urge young people to get out and vote. Harlow said he and the governor have created an organic relationship over the past year and a half. Well, Kentucky's gubernatorial candidates are making their final push for votes. Wednesday, Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron and Kentucky's governor each focused on areas just outside of Louisville. Cameron was in Shepherdsville and Beshear in Bardstown. Our senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez spoke to voters about their reasons for supporting one over the other.
The Attorney General making his first bus tour stop of the day here in Shepherdsville in front of a few dozen voters. Of course, he was asked about former President Trump's recent endorsement of him, and of course, again, about his stance on abortion. Locals telling us why they're voting for Daniel Cameron.
Accessibility, I guess. We want to keep our highways, our roads, and as safe as possible.
He's trustworthy. He does what he says he's going to do.
Karen Hibbard of Shepherdsville believes Cameron will follow through on promises to rebound from learning loss in the classroom.
I have great grandchildren. I want them to have the best education possible.
And given former President Trump's new video again endorsing Cameron, we had to ask. Do you feel like the national poll, whether it be former President Trump, current President Biden, will really sway in your favor here for this election?
Well, look, I know several things. Andy Beshear's done a bad job here at the state level.
And a key election issue, abortion. Do you personally believe exceptions for rape or incest should exist here in the state?
Look, I believe that every child is made in the image of God. And Andy Beshear believes that there's no limits on abortion and wants taxpayers to pay for it. And I've said, if the legislature was to give me a bill that has exceptions in it, I would sign it.
And here in Bardstown, the governor making his appearance at a local brewery. We actually talked with voters who tell me his response to COVID and natural disasters is what ultimately won their vote.
Are you ready to win this election?
We felt that he looked after us, our health and well-being more than anything.
Roger Smith watching along with his family. Meanwhile, Ron and Sue Hayden voted for Governor Andy Beshear back in 2019, and they say he's proved he deserves a second term.
He's for the little guy. You know, he looks out after us, and a lot of things that he's done has been for the people that struggled and had troubles.
And as for Cameron's attack on Beshear's abortion views, we got a response.
I've been consistent that I support reasonable restrictions on abortion, especially late-term procedures. The fact that he continues to say something that is untruthful and dishonest shows how concerned he is with where he is on this issue.
Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS11 on your side.
The WHAS11 verifying team is back tonight with 2 new claims from these candidates for Kentucky's governor.
I'm not going to criticize them for putting their best foot forward, because that's what you do in a campaign.
A University of Kentucky professor who follows statewide elections closely helps us sort fact from fiction tonight right here on WHAS 11 News at 6. From the median household income to teacher salaries, we are verifying claims each candidate has made about your money. Well, just hours ago, a jury was seated for Brett Hankison's federal trial. Attorneys and Judge Rebecca Grady Jennings says they started with 200 potential jurors and narrowed it down to 16 people just after 10 this morning. Hankerson is a former LMPD detective accused of violating the civil rights of Breonna Taylor, her boyfriend Kenneth Walker, and her 3 neighbors when he blindly fired shots into Taylor's apartment the night she was killed. Opening statements will begin today at 12:30. No cameras allowed in that courtroom, but we are there, and we'll bring you the latest coming up today at 4. Norton Healthcare and JCPS just expanded its school telehealth program to more elementary schools. The partnership will now last through the next 2 years. A grant from the Norton Children's Hospital Foundation allowed these services to expand from 14 schools to now 50. Working together, the school nurse and Norton Healthcare provider can use remote technology to treat students and staff for a variety of conditions like pink eye, strep throat, COVID, and flu. So here's how it works. Parents must consent for that telehealth service if the school nurse feels it's needed. Once confirmed, they will schedule a virtual appointment that parents can join in on and ask any questions during that visit without ever having to leave work.
Parents are so thankful when I talk to them and I tell them, well, we can do this, we can get you an appointment. Oh, thank you so much because I'm the only one here at work, or I can't miss another day of work. So it's been a great asset to our school, and I'm extremely thankful for it.
Healthcare providers also say they will be able to call in any medications they need to be able to pick them up as soon as available. The service also extends to school staff, allowing them to go to 2 school locations for those telehealth visits. The goal is to expand telehealth to all 89 JCPS elementary schools in the next 2 years. Rescue crews are not giving up hope to find a man trapped beneath the rubble of a building collapse in Martin County, Kentucky. We also know they have not reached the other man confirmed dead after that 11-story coal production plant collapsed on those 2 workers Monday night. The scene is about 3.5 hours east of Louisville, but we have a local crew of about 25 fire and EMS workers, a part of the rescue efforts there. They worked through the night using cameras, listening devices, and dogs as part of that search. And today they began removing debris, which they hope will be able to examine for any clues to help getting to that missing worker. This is still considered a rescue mission. The founder of Veterans Club pleaded not guilty Wednesday in his first appearance in court. Jeremy Harrell is accused of fraudulently receiving more than $100,000 worth of unemployment benefits from the Veterans Affairs. A federal grand jury indictment says Harrell started receiving those benefits back in 2011 before founding the Veterans Club in 2019. Investigators say his volunteer work shows he's been capable of maintaining employment, making him ineligible for those benefits. He's due back in court on January 2nd.